Plaintiff Germaine White dated the defendant, and he claims she is violent. Germaine says while at the doctor's office, the defendant falsely accused him of cheating with a woman who was also at the doctor's office, and she then jumped her. Germaine is suing his ex for truck damages. Defendant QUALISHA Larkins admits that she jumped a woman at the doctor's office, but she insists Germaine was unfaithful because Germaine is nothing but a serial cheater. QUALISHA denies owing for the damages to his truck.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met QUALISHA in 2012. We had 2 beautiful children together. Everything went well in the beginning of the relationship, but QUALISHA likes to fight, Your Honor. And
does she drink?
Coolers, yeah.
Okay.
So
I was wondering, a lot of people get confrontational when they drink, because otherwise she doesn't seem like the confrontational type. She looks so innocent.
But she's not, Your Honor.
She's not?
No.
She's the devil.
Yes, plain devil.
No.
The devil in a beige dress.
No. No, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor.
So give me some examples of her confrontational style.
One day, Your Honor, we were at the doctor's office, and she accused me of cheating with a young lady at the doctor's office.
You're in the doctor's office.
We're in the doctor's office.
And she says, yeah, you don't think I know it, but you messing with that woman.
Yes, Your Honor. We end up both in jail.
Jail? How do you go from being in the doctor's office to being in jail?
She jumps on the young lady at the doctor's office, Your Honor.
It happened, but they were messing around. I had caught, Germaine is a serial cheater. Yes, me and Germaine have been together. I've known Germaine for about 10 years. But the reality of it is he's a serial cheater, Your Honor. In the beginning of our relationship, I caught Germaine coming out of our neighbor's house, my next door neighbor, at about 5 o'clock in the morning. And when I confronted him about, yes.
5 in the morning?
Yes, I woke up out of my sleep and he was not home.
When you went to sleep, he was where?
He was in
just in the house, not in the bed.
Right. I mean, he was in the house, yes.
Okay.
When I woke up, Germaine was not there. I called his phone and he said, I'm at the gas station. But it was quiet, you know, and I'm like, okay, so I gave a benefit of the doubt, but I'm looking out the window.
Did you ask him why he went to the gas station at 5, or does he work early in the mornings? He works early morning?
No, he doesn't work early morning, but it was in the summertime, you know, so I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I was looking out the bedroom window the whole time because I had a feeling that something was going on. And I see him coming out the house at about 5. I heard out the next door neighbor's house, and I confronted him about it. He didn't have anything to say about it, but and then like here lately, back in February.
That's who you should have jumped on. You're in here jumping on people in their doctor's office. That woman didn't make him do anything, if that's the case. And secondly, I know you're not fool enough to bring your woman to the location where your other woman is working. Did she have to go to the doctor too? Did she have an illness?
No, Your Honor.
So I just, ma'am, I don't believe he would do that.
Okay.
But if you will be at the next door neighbor's house until 5 a.m. and have no explanation when you come out, then you're subject to bring your woman to the work location that your other woman is at. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Explain that.
Your Honor, I was just next door getting a cigarette and...
Yeah, there's a lot of people like cigarettes after they finish their thing. Go ahead.
That's good.
Go ahead. You got you a cigarette. That's what you went over there for at 5 in the morning. Well, you had insomnia that night?
I guess so, Your Honor.
How long ago was this?
About 2013, 14.
That's the 5 a.m.?
Yes.
What about the doctor's office?
That was back in February.
This past February?
Yes, here recently, back in February. We were at the doctor's
So tell me how you approached this woman. You don't even give her the benefit of an explanation? What had happened? Tell me what happened. Because you should have jumped on him. I don't want you to jump on nobody. You shouldn't fight, and I don't want anybody engaged in violence, because unfortunately this country has been flooded with guns and people don't fight anymore, they shoot. Right. So I don't want any of that, but I do want to know what happened.
You're right about that, Your Honor. You're absolutely right about the violence. But I did confront Mr. White about the situation. You know, I had previously caught him.
I want the woman. I want to get this scene in my head about you going after the nurse or whatever, the technician, at the doctor's office. Tell me how that happened. You saw her and you said, "Hey!" And he talked to you.
Well, pretty much.
I
was just, at this point, I was fed up. You know, he's a serial cheater. When I seen her at the doctor's office, I was just tired. And
you didn't even ask her? What did you say?
I had already confronted her before and told her to basically back up, you know.
Sir.
She's a fighter.
I know you didn't bring her to the doctor's office. And she had already confronted this woman about messing with you in the past. So what? Now that's even double crazy. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. You bring her already to a place where you say no, but where she suspects that there's a woman there at the doctor's office that you are seeing. She has already confronted the woman at an earlier time. So now you're going to bring her and rub it in her face.
Pretty much.
You see why I say you whooped the wrong person, though?
Yeah, you're right. Looking back, you are absolutely correct.
Well, it ain't too late.
You're right.
No violence, y'all. Just having fun. No violence. Chicago and all these other cities. They're engaged in violence, not over drugs and not over money. It's over beef, small beefs. A lot of it has to do with women and men. You mess with my woman, you looked at my woman, you tried to holler at my woman, you tried to do whatever, you stepped on my show, you part of another gang and you riding through my neighborhood playing your little rapper gang members' music. That's disrespectful, so we gotta shoot you. Nothing to do with money. Things that we used to fight over.
Right.
They are now shooting over.
Exactly.
So I'm totally against physical confrontation to resolve disputes. And for those of you who suggest that my past doesn't reflect that aversion to violence, that's my past. And I won't go upside your head anymore unless you mess with my daughters. I don't know what to do then, other than go to jail.
Right.
I'm not going to shoot, but I'm going to fight and get my little small behind beat, but I'm going to fight. You mess with my daughters, I'm going to fight. I don't know what else to do. Somebody give me some suggestions. I don't know what to do. Let's get to the truck damages you're suing her for, $2,200.
Okay, Your Honor. This year, August the 16th, I let Ms. Larkins use my truck to do some errands with the children. And the next day when I go to pick my truck up, it's been keyed up. Her auntie used the truck and she did not have no permission to use the truck.
The person she gave the keys to.
Correct.
The person she loaned the car out to.
Right.
You loaned it out to her, and without your permission, she loaned it to someone else. That's what we have to get to, however. A victim of a third-party crime is not responsible because she was a victim of a crime too. And you were a victim of this crime, and so the person that owes you all is the perpetrator. However, the person who passes the car along, that's an act of negligence. Anything happens after you've committed negligence, you're responsible for. What do you want to tell me about this, ma'am?
The only thing with that is, Your Honor, I told Mr. White that my aunt would be taking the car. I let him know. You know, I believe they even had a conversation about it. So that's why I don't feel like I'm responsible, because I told him that she would be taking the car.
No, she didn't, Your Honor.
I did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, I did. And I just don't feel like I'm responsible.
Well, it's your burden to prove it, ma'am.
Your Honor.
It's your burden to prove that he knew that the person was taking the car. Any communications you have, you were saying something. Because that's where we're at. If we don't have any independent evidence, all I can go on is whose testimony sounds more likely to be the truth. And that's what happens in cases where there's no direct evidence. Then the judge or jury have to determine who they believe most based on the testimony. Who do they think is lying during the testimony based on what they're listening to? And so do you have any communications, anyone that might indicate that? Or do I just have to keep talking until I catch one of y'all in the lie?
No, Your Honor.
You have any communications saying that I'll pay you back or I shouldn't have given her the keys? Anything?
Well, Your Honor, the aunt said she was going to pay, but I don't believe so. She had no reason to even let the aunt use the car because I didn't let the aunt use the car.
She said you did. She said she told you. Why did you tell him in the beginning? Why? You knew the aunt needed it in the beginning?
Yes, initially I was going to go with her. It was a funeral service that we were going to. But when I knew that I wasn't going to be able to go, I told her that she can just take the truck. And I also told Jermaine that she was going to take the truck.
Where was he?
He was at his place.
The neighbors.
He was at his place. You had his truck to use.
Correct.
You called him and said, I'm letting so-and-so use the truck.
Correct.
And he said, okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, he did. He knew that she was going to
And what has she said about paying?
They agreed to make some payment arrangements with him, but I'm not sure if anything.
You've never agreed to pay anything?
No, because I don't believe that I'm responsible, Your Honor. Because, like I said, I told him that she was taking the vehicle.
And he said, okay.
Yes.
You say you told him. You didn't say you asked.
No, I basically told him.
That means you had it in your mind you were going to do it without his permission because you told him, I'm giving her the keys. You told him. You didn't say, can I let her use the car, Jermaine? You just said, Jermaine, get in the car. She get in the car.
I mean, I didn't say it like that, but he did.
Yeah, that's what you said. You told him.
Yeah.
Jermaine, I'm giving her the car. Period.
No, well, yes, but no. I just, well. I asked him, I said, can she take the car, Jermaine? She has to go.
You just changed the story on me. $2,200 is your judgment. I told you I'll talk to y'all long enough and somebody and I'll get the truth. And you sure enough, you changed your story. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I didn't tell nobody use that truck.
I told you that she was going to take the car. You didn't object.
Well, I don't want to fight.
No fights.